Imagine this for a second. You're in the middle of a teamfight. Your tank is one hit away from dying and is getting absolutely shredded. Your backline is getting dived like crazy. And the enemy team thinks that they already won the fight. And suddenly, a cloud of purple smoke explodes behind the enemy team. For half a second, you see blue skin, a yellow glowing eyes, and a tail flicking through the air. And before anyone can react, he's already gone. Your tank is suddenly healed, the enemy formation is broken, and the entire fight turns around. That's the kind of chaos one character would bring to Marvel Rivals, Nightcrawler.
No, mein Freund, nein!
And today we are doing something really fun. We're gonna imagine what he would look like, not just visually, but also gameplay wise. Because if Nightcrawler ever joined Marvel Rivals, he wouldn't just be another support hero. He could be one of the most fun and unique heroes in the entire game. So by the end of this video, you'll have his abilities, his design, and in which type of role he could fit in. But before we get into our abilities, we need to talk about the character himself. Nightcrawler, whose real name is Kurt Wagner, is a mutant from the X-Men universe, and the first thing most people notice about him is how he looks. Blue skin, glowing yellow eyes, 3 fingers, 2 toes, and a long, pointed tail. He literally looks like a demon. And for most of his life, well, people treated him like one. But that's the irony of the character, because despite his appearance, Nightcrawler is actually one of the most kindest characters in Marvel. He's compassionate, he's optimistic, he believes in redemption, and he constantly tries to see the good in people. But when the fight starts, Nightcrawler becomes something completely different, because Kurt Wagner is also one of the most dangerous fighters in the X-Men. Not because he's the strongest, not because he's the fastest, but because he's unpredictable. And that comes from one thing: teleportation. Whenever Nightcrawler teleports, he actually travels through another dimension, the Brimstone dimension. To everyone watching, it looks like a quick blink. One moment he's standing there, and the next he's somewhere else. Every teleport creates that iconic burst effect. Purple, bluish, whatever you like to call it, indigo smoke. But teleportation isn't the only thing that makes Nightcrawler dangerous. He's also an incredible acrobat. So if you were designing him for a hero shooter like Marvel Rivals, you wouldn't make him a traditional healer. You would make him something much more interesting. A mobility support. Instead of standing in the backline and healing teammates, Nightcrawler would constantly be blinking across the battlefield, saving teammates at the last second, disrupting enemies, and create complete confusion. But to make him feel true to the comics, his kit needs 3 core ideas: teleportation, swords combat, and something a lot of people forget about: the Bamfs. In the comics, Nightcrawler sometimes summons tiny creatures called Bamfs. They look like mini versions of him. They teleport constantly, they're chaotic, and they love causing trouble. So what if those Bamfs were actually part of Nightcrawler's support abilities? That's where his passive comes in. His passive ability would be called Bamf Healing. Instead of healing teammates directly, like most supports, Nightcrawler creates healing through teleportation. Every time he teleports, he leaves behind a small teleport imprint. A tiny Bamf appears. These Bamfs automatically attach for teammates with low health. When they find one, they teleport directly to that ally. They attach themselves for a few seconds and slowly restoring their health. Once the healing finishes, the Bamf disappears. This means the more Nightcrawler moves, the more healing appears across the battlefield. However, Nightcrawler still needs a weapon, so his primary attack would be triple sabers. When Nightcrawler slashes with his swords, every slash would fill a certain teleport bar, and by every third slash, the teleport would be complete. So when he slashes again, he slightly shifts his position forward, like a short teleport flicker. But here's the twist. If Nightcrawler hits an enemy, the attack deals damage. But if his blade passes through a teammate, it releases a small healing pulse instead. So Nightcrawler is constantly weaving through fights, damaging enemies, and healing allies. Every teleporting around the battlefield, it creates a playstyle that feels less like a healer and more like a battlefield dancer. Now let's talk about his first ability. Guardian Bamf. Nightcrawler summons a Bamf creature and sends it to protect a teammate. The Bamf attaches to that ally and follows them for several seconds. While attached, it releases healing pulses, but it also has a special effect. If the ally takes massive burst damage, the Bamf instantly teleports them a small distance away, saving them from certain deaths. This ability would make Nightcrawler an incredible protector. However, the Bamf, it can only teleport one ally away. So when one ally is gone, well, you better hope that the other supports know how to aim. Now the next ability, which is probably his most iconic one, Ally Teleport. Nightcrawler targets a teammate and instantly teleports to their position. When he arrives, a large Bamf explosion erupts around him. This teleport blast releases a healing wave that restores nearby allies. Enemies caught in the smoke briefly lose vision clarity. Their screen distorts. It becomes hard to focus. So not only does Nightcrawler save teammates, he also disrupts enemies. And finally, his ultimate, Bamf Dimension. When activated, Nightcrawler tears open multiple teleport portals across the battlefield. For a short duration, every teleport he performs creates Bamf clones. These clones scatter across the fight, teleporting rapidly between allies. Each teleport releases healing pulses. Enemies caught in the chaos take small bursts of damage and lose orientation. The battlefield becomes absolute chaos. Smoke everywhere, teleport flashes everywhere, Bamfs appearing in every direction. It would easily be one of the most visually spectacular ultimates in Marvel Rivals, and perfectly capture Nightcrawler's unpredictable nature. I'd also just give him double jump. Nightcrawler has always been one of my favorite characters in Marvel, not because he's the strongest, but because he combines agility, compassion, and chaos. If he ever joined Marvel Rivals, he wouldn't just be another support hero, he would completely change how fights are played, constantly repositioning teammates, creating healing through movement, and appearing exactly where he's needed the most. And here is his design. I went for a more uncanny X-Men type of costume because, well, Marvel Rivals really love armor and details. And at first I wanted to do something more traditional, something more comic accurate, but I thought that it wouldn't really fit to the game because every single character has more of this detailed look costume. So since this design is completely freestyled, I think that I did pretty good, but I forgot to add the X-Men logo. But now, I want to hear from you. What do you think? Did I cook or not? Should I put the pen down or not? And what you would change about his ability kit? Do you think it's busted? Do you think it's pretty much balanced? Do you think that it's a bad idea? Let me know what you would like to change or add or remove from his character kit. And also, don't forget to vote for the next character. See ya!